Guys, in this video we are going to start our constellation series. Yes, so let me just tell you what constellation is. Constellation is also known as nakshatra. So here I am saying nakshatra, which is the Hindi word for constellation, which split into two words. Naksha means map and Tara means star. Together it is called as star map. Star map is used in Vedic astrology to determine the soul journey and purpose. For this, constellation is used. It is a very significant part of Vedic astrology. So you must be thinking as why I give more importance to Vedic astrology than Western or any other. So it is because this is considered as one of the oldest knowledge of astrology. It is as old as 7,000 years, assumed to be dated back to 5000 BCE. While Western astrology often focuses on the sun sign, Vedic astrology focuses on the moon's position. Your Janm Nakshatra or birth star is a specific constellation the moon was in at the exact time you were born. So after getting so much information, you must be thinking why we need nakshatras, what is its importance in astrology. We need it because nakshatra reveals our deepest emotional, psychological and spiritual nature. It helps to gain clarity on the life purpose and the soul journey. There are 27 nakshatras starting with Ashwini and ending with Revati, which we are going to understand later in the video. Then, if two people are born in Aries moon sign, you must have experienced that even if the two people are born with similar moon sign, let's say Aries, their personality still differs. It happens because they are born into different nakshatra. And even if the two people born with similar moon sign and with the same constellation, their personality differs a bit. And that difference in personality is governed by padas. So what are padas? Padas are used for deep personality analysis and calculating future planetary periods. Each nakshatra is divided into 4 quarters known as padas. Best form to understand the zodiac, the nakshatra and its padas. Let's take the example of a clock. While the 12 zodiac signs are like the 12 hours on a clock face, the 27 nakshatras are like the 60 minutes, providing a much finer, more detailed picture of your personality and destiny. Also, the padas represent the seconds in clock, differentiating more and giving more detailed and specific picture. Let's move forward. We see that each planet is ruling 3 nakshatras. So let's start with Sun ruling nakshatras or constellation or the constellation ruled by the Sun. First comes Kritika Nakshatra. So Kritika Nakshatra is also known as the star of fire. It is ruled by the deity Agni. Kritika embodies sharp, purifying energy, fostering and a cutting nature that helps eliminate negativity. Second one is Uttara Falguni, ruled by the Aryaman, the god of contracts and social alliance. It is the solar deity. This nakshatra emphasizes friendship, relationship and service, focusing on building and sustaining resources through partnerships. Third nakshatra is Uttarashada, which is ruled by the 10 universal god. Deity is the 10 universal god, Vishwadevas. This nakshatra represents victory and is characterized by long-term planning, endurance and deep-rooted ethical leadership. Moon ruling nakshatras. So first one is Rohini Nakshatra, also known as the red one. The deity of this nakshatra is Lord Brahma, the creator. This is considered the moon's favorite abode, representing beauty, growth, charm and creative expression. Second is Hasta Nakshatra. The deity of this nakshatra is Savitar, a form of the sun god, and it is symbolized by a hand. This nakshatra signifies skill, practical application, creativity and the ability to manifest anything. The third one is Shravana Nakshatra. Shravana Nakshatra's deity is Lord Vishnu himself. It is symbolized by an ear. It relates to listening, wisdom, learning and tradition. So you see, all these nakshatras of moon reflect the nurturing, emotional and intuitive qualities of the moon. Mars ruling nakshatras. So Mars ruling nakshatra, first one is called Mriksira nakshatra. The deity ruling Mriksira nakshatra is Chandradev, that is moon god. And it is symbolized by a deer's head. It represents curiosity, seeking and exploration. Mars here acts with alertness, adaptability and intellectual pursuit. Second one is Chitra nakshatra. The deity is Lord Vishkarma, celestial architect. Symbolized by a bright jewel or pearl, it relates to beauty, design, construction and artistic expression. Mars in Chitra signifies brilliance in action and the ability to create structure. Third one is Dhanishta nakshatra. The deity is Ashtavasus, deities of abundance. It is symbolized by a drum or musical instrument. It focuses on fame, wealth and collective action. It is a rhythmic achiever displaying organized and coordinated ambition. So we see that these nakshatras are considered powerful, representing how Mars provides the energy to build, design and conquer through focus and intentional effort. Is Mercury ruling nakshatras. So the first nakshatra is Constellation nakshatra, ruled by the Nagas, the serpent god. It represents intuition, hidden knowledge, sharp wit and a cunning or manipulative nature. Second is Jyeshta nakshatra, ruled by the Indra, the king of gods. It symbolizes leadership, responsibility, authority and protective instinct. The third is Revati nakshatra, ruled by the Pushan, who is the guide of the soul. It represents empathy, creativity and the power of nurturing and guidance. So all these nakshatras make individual highly analytical, communication oriented and skilled in business and financial decisions. So the next one is Venus ruling nakshatras. First is Bharani nakshatras. The deity is Lord Yam, god of death. It represents intense creative passion, consumption and transformation. Second is Purva Falguni nakshatra, ruled by the Bhaga, the god of marital bliss and prosperity. It is associated with pleasure, relationships, relaxation and artistic flair. The third one is Purva Ashta nakshatra, ruled by Apa, the god of water. It signifies power, unconquerable will and the refinement of desires. These nakshatras define the how of a person's life, how they pursue enjoyment, wealth and love. Jupiter ruling nakshatras. The first one is Punarvasu, ruled by the Aditi, the mother goddess. It is also known as the star of renewal. It represents the return of the light, prosperity and energy. It is associated with creativity, compassion and nurturing resilience. Second is Vishaka nakshatra, also known as the star of purpose, ruled by the Indra, god of gods. It indicates intense determination, ambition and focus to achieve long-term goals. It bridges the gap between material desire and spiritual pursuit. Third one is Purva Bhadrapada, ruled by the form of Lord Shiva, often linked with deep transformation, spiritual passion and intense research. It is a passionate, transformative star aimed at profound inner growth. So all these Mercury nakshatras are central to understanding one's life philosophy and spiritual path. Ruling nakshatras. So the first one is Pushya nakshatra, ruled by Brihaspati, divine teacher of the Devas. So it is also known as the star of nourishment. It represents structure, tradition and nurturing responsibilities. Second is Anuradha Nakshatra, ruled by the Mitra god of friendship, trust, and partnership. It symbolizes friendship, dedication, and cooperative energy, often leading to success far from one's birthplace. So the third nakshatra is Uttra Bhadrapada Nakshatra, ruled by the Abhidbudhyana, a benefic serpent. It's known for the emotional depth, spiritual maturity, and acting as a stable inner anchor during transformation. So all these Saturn nakshatras are associated with karmic lessons, leading individuals towards long-term stability rather than instant gratifications. Rahu ruling nakshatras. The first one is Ardra Nakshatra, ruled by Rudra, howling storm god. So this nakshatra is known for its stormy, transformative nature, often associated with destruction followed by purification. Second is Swati Nakshatra, ruled by Vayu, god of wind, goddess Saraswati. Also known as the self-going star, it represents independence, flexibility, and a desire to balance worldly pleasure with personal freedom. Third one is Shatabhisha Nakshatra, ruled by Varun, god of cosmic water, 100 healers. It is also known as 100 healers. This nakshatra is linked to medicine, deep research, secrets, and overcoming limitations. So, with this, if Rahu is influenced in its own nakshatra, like for example, if the Rahu is expecting the planet sitting in these nakshatra, it can produce individuals who are highly intellectual, non-conformist, and focus on attaining personal ambitions. Or if the Rahu is in this nakshatra in any of the birth chart, then this is also the same thing. Is Ketu ruling nakshatras. So the first one is Ashwini Nakshatra, ruled by the Ashwini Kumars or the celestial physician to God. It symbolizes quick healing, pioneering, childlike curiosity, and energetic new beginnings. Next is Magha Nakshatra, ruled by Pitris, ancestors. It represents legacy, power, tradition, and the influence of ancestral karma. Third one is Mula Nakshatra, ruled by Niriti, the goddess of destructions. It represents rooting, transformation, and deep research into truth by overturning established structures. So all these nakshatras are ruled by Ketu. Ketu is also my favorite thing among all the planets and nodes because it represents the past life karmic situations and the legacy and the talent and all the things which we carried from the past life or which we have learned in the past life. So the people with the most of the planets ruled by the Ketu. Most of the planets who's actually sitting in the Ketu ruling nakshatras faces the spirituality and the detachment. Like these people, these individuals with major planets in these nakshatra often experience a need to detach from worldly desires, leading towards spiritual growth. Also, they act as the markers for pending karma from previous life that re-enters in this lifetime. So it is the intensity of Ketu is actually very high and it is very challenging. A lot of negative events takes place, a lot of positive events also takes place suddenly. So it is recommended if a person has a lot of planets in Ketu ruling nakshatra to pray to Lord Ganesha to navigate the intense energies of Ketu and to deal with all the negativity which Ketu gives. So this is all about the nakshatra series. I have covered all the nakshatras briefly. I'll be uploading the individual video for every nakshatra with the knowledge of padas as well. Hope you guys liked the video. So to learn more about astrology from me, please do like and subscribe my channel. Till then, tata bye bye.